that one, but
whatever they get, I just wish it's something that has reach, so so that it can get on top of that Arc Warden and deal with them easily. If they don't,
an item into BKB, I'm not sure if that one item should be an SNY or a Diffusal. I haven't seen too many trolls lately, so I don't know what the meta troll build is right now. But honestly, he could go Diffusal BKB. I don't see a problem with that at all.
Oh, see, CS-wise at the moment, who's having the toughest sort of time. Bottom, both of them pressuring a little bit. The mid lane matchup, into that slight edge for the Magnus. It's actually bottom, Kaka. He's going to try and get the Thunderstrike off onto Baboka. Damage over time is going to tick him out. Baboka gets the first blood. See JT try for the trade back in return, but Baboka keeps the distance. The gush comes out, but the Fairy Fire just in time for Baboka ensures that he remains alive for some sort of aura build. Like, what in your mind is the way to play Legion nowadays?
I think it's very game dependent, but usually right now I'm not the biggest fan of these aura items. I think you should kind of build for yourself with some Blink, maybe a BKB. Though this game might be one of the few exceptions because you do have Troll Mag, so to help them with Roche, and it would really help them secure team fights as well.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point because I mean, yeah, as you were pointing at, mentioning he is queuing up the Blink, but then who is going to be sort of that aura builder on Aster? Who's going to be doing that?
Oh, I actually.
Whoa! He gets him. Does hold on to the balance, gets the kill. See the trade there, the 1-for-1.
It's definitely a good trade for IG. Like we said earlier, when these levels ramp up on Dire, as we might even have another one up here.
Fly. He's able to get in. Favour that slow. He'll give his current his life for it. But the chase is going to continue to be there. Fly jumps forward, gets off the tree. Oh, not quite yet. Saves it with the boundless. Makes it easy and makes sure there's no chance for Fade to deny himself to the neutral creep. So already that power spike early of the Monkey King being shown. They've got to respect Fly in that lane as he's very easily able to chase them down. Any sort of aggressive safe laner like this Monkey King backed up by a Lich, it just gets very, very scary very, very quickly. XXS and Fade are going to try and hit back. Fly, he's got the boundless strike to play with. He's going to want to try and line it up and get something big. And there it is. Beautiful angle. Hits the two of them, gets the maximum heal. He's going to turn onto XXS with the backup of Ollie. He gets the kill. Fade, he's trying to finish this, but now Ollie, he's got the point of the Sinister Gaze. They drag back Fade. Another dodge attempted by Fly. Does still get hit by the nuke. Won't quite die, and he can let Ollie finish off the job. Gets the double kill. I mean, it's only going to get stronger, and it's not going to get any easier for Aster to try and fight him head on in these sort of situations where, now with that level of advantage in particular, XXS has got to be a little careful how he approaches the wave as each time Fly just beating him out, making sure that this Legion commander does not feel safe and comfortable sticking around mid lane. Bit of a movement from Ollie. He's going to come in and throw out some harassment onto Chuan. Kaka's there as well on the side with the Thunderstrike. Backup's going to be there for Chuan by Fade. Comes in to help out, and so here comes XXS. They're bringing in the numbers. A big nuke out as well. They're low IG as Fade steps forward. Has he got enough power in the tank to nuke down these heroes? Another bolt sent out onto Ollie. Will do the job. RP thrown down by Chuan. No messing around as he gets in on top of Emo. So Aster, for the struggles they had top, they get the big old kill on the Arc Warden.
Yeah, I really like what Aster are doing here. So first of all, the mag actually initially rotated out of the lane because, alright, we got to kill a mid. Nice freebie here for Fade. IG start running at Aster. I don't think that Aster should take the fight, at least if the numbers are even. You have a Ravage that's really good around an outpost fight. Of course, you have Monkey King ulti. You may even have Static and Chain Frost. Perhaps not for this fight, but for the future fights. I definitely think this is something that Aster has to consider in this game.
We'll see coming up to the 10-minute. They are going to put the pressure on bottom IG. They'll find Baboka in the tree line, and with the flux and the race laid down, he cannot escape or hide. And both teams just avoiding one another, not looking to take a fight. Let's say that JT is coming in with a TP, and he's going to immediately get dueled, and he's dead. We'll see if IG can still find anything out of this. Firefly dropped the Wukons with a boundless strike. It's off the mark.
That and respect their heroes.
Definitely the reason why we are seeing him just trying to get that pipe online as soon as he can, so he has a chance against the burst. Inside the jungle they come, and they do find the troll. Static storms down, but he has got the shrine healing him up. JT comes in with a Ravage to wrap around and make sure there's no backup coming into place from Aster. Actually, an early buyback from SCCC. He wants to try and fight off the back of this curse. The nuke comes out. That's JT dead again on the front lines. Now Aster with the chase, see if they can find more out of this. SCCC certainly wants to after utilizing the buyback here. Doesn't look like like they will. The double will fall, but the rest of IG are able to. It's a little scary for IG because Tron, he has got RP ready to go. Another TP in from JT. Look at XXS. He just stands there. JT's, he remembers what happened before. He's cancelling that TP. He's like, I'm not stepping forth in front of an Elysian commander. JT's got to be careful, and this time he holds back on the TP in. Does mean that Aster already claimed the tower. Top lane, Fly goes for the solo play. Gets the kill. Is silenced up. Fade's going to try and chase and slow him down. But Fly a little too far away. We'll get away with that. He's down onto one of the key cores of Aster. It's going to make it very easy for IG. As Kaka heads in, gets the vision for the glimpse. It's a good catch. XXS, he's going to be dragged back into the kinetic field. To the rest of Aster want to help him out. Doesn't look like it. The Junior Mastery is built up and he's beat down. XXS will fall. They're coming in with the wraparound Aster. As I say, they have the double blinks. They've got a lot of ways to start things. Wards are going to be dropped down. XXS, he gets the easy duel onto the support. Ollie's gone. Do they want to go for more? JT starting to walk towards them. IG still posturing for a fight. There's the buyback straight away from the Lich. JT pots the Ravage, catches the three of them. Static Storm drop down on the Magnus. They need more damage to kill him off though. The Cold Embrace is going to start healing him up from Maboka. Trial's still very healthy. Fade will be caught on the back of it all, and they are split up, Aster, as IG now start to run them down. Fly, he's off the mark though again. The Boundless Strike actually misses, and with that in mind, he's just able to blink up to the high ground and TP out. We've seen a couple of Boundless Strikes.
They're pretty easy. The Lich gets to come in pretty fast, and I think if that Boundless Strike hits, then overall the trade at the end will be worth it for IG.
There we go, another catch. Fly, he's been found, he's been taken down. Unfortunate series of events there for the Monkey King in the top lane. JT, Chuan, and S around the mid. See if this is going to be turning into a move. They head over. Baboka, he has been found. They're heading over on towards the Wyvern. As Baboka is falling low. Yep. They'll catch one. Support's gone. Position to get over here. Chuan is not in the neighborhood. And this Roche, it's going to be IG's just like that. They'll get into the pit, they'll take it, and Aster were not prepared for that one, and now IG, they're looking for a further catch. They get the glimpse back onto XXS, straight away into kinetic field. Fly's going to lay down the Wukong. They'll look over towards SCCC. SCCC's got the BKB low, the turn around the Mystic Flare. It brings Fly low, not enough damage. The Monkey King will survive, and of course has that Aegis, so he's not even at that much of a threat. And IG, they're not done. They're chasing for more. Baboka's under the cover of the Glimmer Cape. It's another
bell usage, and using your BKBs properly is going to be super important in this upcoming fight.
Are they going to start something? XXS, so they go for the duel onto Ollie. Here's the BKB as well. Got to make sure that it's going to be worth it, that sort of commitment will result in them getting the kills that they need off the back of the Ravage and more over the back. I told him out the man. And Mr. Ravage boy, he's been found. JT gets necessity to have that ability to catch them by surprise. And he's going to find Kaka. Does jump in for the skewer back. He's going to look to beat him down with the help of SCCC. They should have a good shot at this. They even get the duel on the back lines. Finding the Lich. Again, this time 2 kills for SCCC. As they are finding duel win after duel win, doing an excellent job. They're not in there. They're likely to be making this move because they're not showing anywhere else on the map, Aster.
I see him.
Fly's in the trees. They've found him. The skill of the duel not quite working out exactly as intended, but hey, gets the job done. Well, they're still going to go on the hunt, despite the fact that IG have been the ones to pick up that Aegis and Cheese. Fade, scouting things out. It's going to get the vision of the information for them to walk in, take out Ollie. Tron still seeing if he can find the setup for more. JT thinking about blowing the Ravage, but won't quite be in range. They're looking for Fly in the back lines, but he's got that Aegis. They're going to have to take him down twice, and of course also through that BKB. Another jump across, he pounces off the trees. He's going to start going on to Fade. Fade has the Shadow Blade. This time the Boundless Strike will bring down the sky. The buyback comes out from Ollie. They want to keep this fight going. Winter's Curse popped into place. Tron, he's going to be there with a follow. RP down onto the 2 of them, onto the back lines. Legion, he's trying to go for the duel, but he's losing the duel. The duel will be a failure. Emo gets the bonus down. Another Static Storm down. It's trapped the Magnus. It's trapped the Troll. And this is just seemingly a disaster for Aster, as that's SCCC dead for JT's still good to go. He didn't even need it.
Yeah, so I think Aster's idea there was, so they had the outpost and they had a really good ward on IG for the majority of the fight, as in mid lane, Baboka may just die in his own base at the tier 4s.
The Glimmer Cape bends.
Oh boy.
And Fly just cleaning them up right now. There's only 2k in it, but some rough decision making from Aster. You know, we saw earlier they were pretty good at backing away from a bad fight. Fade, he's trying to kill him. Emo just stands his ground and kills him off. I mean, they're all dead on Aster. IG, they're taking the racks. Yeah. What happened? Aster sort of just took their foot off the pedal and stopped doing anything, and IG's just abused.
So this top fight, I think, once again, the idea is maybe okay, but then execution not so much. So they feel like they have the outpost, they have a great ward, they can maybe get a good jump, as they did on Lich. They kill him off initially, but then they realize, you know, Monkey has Aegis, they should kind of just back out, but they all started getting caught and they committed to the fight, which was certainly not the right choice.
Yeah, this is looking very strange from Aster. I mean, that's another melee rack's gone. IG now 10k ahead, as this game has very, very quickly gotten out of control. Shadowblade on Aster really going to do anything?
It's probably because, I mean, they just don't feel good about this Arc one, right? I think they feel pressured, like, mentally, as here we see a Sky who is dead. He's kind of no man's land. Might even be more kills here.
I mean, Tron's popped his BKB. Is he gonna... no, the Legion's dead. The curse into nothing.
Uh-oh. They all... Oh, this is actually a time where if they show up, I would not blame the Tide at all to go blink Ravage. You know, he has 2 Ravages. They also have a Boundless Strike. They're feeling great. They have this momentum, and they're strong enough to, you know, go play aggressive. So I hope that they stay here and they look for an engagement.
Aster, if they do try and fight this, it's going to be around the Legion. There you have JT just jumps in, starts to tease him a little bit with the tentacles. He's holding on to both of those Ravages. He doesn't even need to pop them for them to have the space to take the melee racks. The E-Blades out onto SCCC, forcing Aster back towards the fountain.
Well, just continue. There's really no reason to stop right now.
Yeah, they're just getting mega creeped.
Eventually, Aster, they have to go on you. And if they miss position like this, so you have free choice to go. Double Ravage is still available.
Pop down the Wukongs. They got the space to hit the racks. It's a buyback from Baboka. Tron does get in. He gets the 2-man RP, drags them back. There's the Ravage though. JT commits. The BKBs were out in time though. They duel down the Troll. So the Monkey King, they get Fly. Can they get anything more? It doesn't look like it, but the Static Storm, the Mew onto this Troll. SCCC's dead. They've both got a buyback. They cannot kill Emo. Emo's just shredding them with the damage he's doing. There's the second Ravage. JT's in. Catches pretty much all of them as they'll look towards XSS, force him back. JT pops the cheese. He's back up to full. Still very tanky, especially with that Essence Ring, giving them an extra boost of health. Emo sending the Tempest double forward. The field keeping JT safe from the right click. Shrine is in. It's GG. It's all over for Aster. As the second half of the game, it was just a train wreck for them. They had an even start. They had a good start. They were making smart moves. And then, I don't know, they just went sort of a Shadow Blade too far down the crazy end of things.
Is that the only thing they need to answer, though, with this pick, though? Are they only thinking about
35-minute mark? They shouldn't have too many problems with his hero, at least.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, so far in the mid lane, being pretty even. We are seeing a bit of an attempt on to try to Emo getting in with the Flame Guard, taking him down, chasing him underneath the tower with that final sleight of fist. Very nicely done there.
And not right now, but in the nighttime, so 5 minute and on, maybe for the Siege Wagon, you move mid. Ember's gonna have a great timing with this DD and level 6, and then you could also try to pressure this mid tower with the Siege. But we'll see how they go about it.
Kaka, a bit of an annoyance there, just managed to snipe out SCCC's courier down bottom. I'll try and turn towards XXS, but he's got that arm.
Him, or you rotate him, preferably in this off lane, to his off lane, because these supports on Aster, they're pretty low leveled right now. They have a hard time dealing with an Ember coming up here.
Oh, Kaka, he stepped in very aggressively to go for that stun. They're going to collapse onto him immediately. JT is going to use a battle hunger, but that's it. He's not going to head in and try to help him. He's going to let Kaka fall.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. They're mirroring each other's movements. We'll see who's going to be more successful as Emo is going to throw the Remnant in behind the trees, jumps forward, he's hunting. He's going to be able to get on top of the PL. They've got the stun into the core. Is it enough control though? It doesn't look like it is. SCCC is trying to walk away. They are burning him down though. And in fact, with the Flame Guard and the Dunk, they do get the kill. Enough mana and attack for Emo to have one jump away, salving up, bottling up to get that mana and health back up. Kaka's going to get rolled upon, but Fly's here as well. They've even brought in the carry, the Drow. themselves ready to turn onto Fade. A defensive Decrepify used by Tron, but the change from Emo, they're onto the two of them, into the multi-shot. They'll shoot down the Tusk. Tron's in trouble as well with the Decrepify already used. He's got no way to protect himself. Decrepify holds that top spot as is Drow. Getting some good early momentum, which will allow them to continue the pressure and start to take away the areas of the map that this PL is going to be able to safely farm. And make it a little bit harder for him to really get himself into the game, even after having a very good lane to start things off with. And there we have Emo. Yeah.
Early, I think it's not that easy for Aster to make any plays, so you're most likely just going to see them dodge a bit. Whereas IG, they're strong right now. Like we talked about, this Ember has levels, Axe just got his blink, and we've got a pickoff on PL, which is a bit of doom. And then see that you have the Bat and the Tusk close enough so they can frontline, so that your Pugna can use his spells properly.
They're going to jump in. There's the Doom, they get it down off the Ember Spirit. Flyfly's trying to help cover him as he turns and shoots. This Ember trapped by the shards. He's trying to get away. He's got the deny. Flyfly takes that kill away from them. As Ollie also falls, they get the start off onto Flyfly, cancelling the TP as they will get the four of them a triple kill for Jungle area. We'll knock this game back to even. SCCC, as you see, is already starting to take the top spot mid lane. JT's looking for the leading, gets the call onto Maboka. Decrepify's going to be used, and now they turn the lasso. And with the suck, that's a quick kill on the Ember. The Aegis is gone. They're going to look to line up to go for it under a second time, but Emo's lined himself up with a bit of safety.
Need to be really careful. I also think that Drow Ranger should have perhaps been here a little earlier in this lane, just to show himself on the map, you know, make it a bit less obvious. Well, they're going to get a bad rider.
Well, this time it's far enough away from the tower that there's no threat of Aster turning it around. From build still, or do you feel like you don't necessarily have to tunnel vision on thinking about how to kill the PL as a Drow, and you can try and play it a different way?
I think it's heavily, you know, reliant and dependent on your team, as Kaka seems to be dead. They cancelled his blink with Pugna, Tusk goes in, snowball, quick kill.
XXS quick, very, very quick to react as he blinks out, dodges the play. And now they'll know that IG's here, so the rest of Aster can simply retreat. But Boka's going to try for the TP, but they've caught him. Emo will get the setup. They'll pick up a finger stack for Kaka. On Flyfly, you know, he wants himself the Shadow Blade this match. Is there, like, why the Shadow Blade on the Drow? Is he just worried about being jumped, or?
Yeah, I think he just doesn't want to get engaged. Farming it will also help your team fighting as long as you get to hit. And I think right now with how you should play, you should rely on your team, you know. You should rely on your team and yourself to play properly. As this bad rider seems to...
He's having a rough time with Boka. That's 3 times in a row that he's sort of full foul to the players of IG. They do get the jump in though onto Emo. Perfectly comboed into the tomb. Alright, but Boka won't mind dying for that one.
Debated. Is one of the more troublesome heroes for them to deal with right now, as Drow is very far up in the net worth charts. I actually didn't realize he was this far ahead.
Yeah, he's pretty massive. And he's only going to get bigger, but they are going to try and commit on him. They're going in with the snowball. He's got backup, forced away with the Hurricane Pike, and now he can turn. Pushing them back with the Gust. Jump in is there. It looks like Ollie's going to be left behind. The Ogre will fall in the river. That's the final blast from Chuan, takes him out. It does give the safety for Flyfly to get back to base.
Yeah, I think wise choice too, and actually it's kind of surprising that no one died there, but that's the outcome.
Yeah, very, very nice avoid of what could have been a terrible situation for Aster being caught on the low ground. Ollie does get found solo. As top lane, they're maybe seeing if they can catch more. They're going to jump in, see if they can get themselves on top of Emo, as Emo has been found once again, back-to-back a couple of times, and now they're collapsing in for more. Kaka, it dive upon under...
Very smartly right now in order to hold up against this Aegis PL.
Oh, here they go. RG, they go for the jump, they've caught the Pugna. Quick slide of fist, can it blow up? It's on a Fade! He's in with a snowball save, takes him across. Finally, they'll kill off Tron with a multi-shot. He's going to buy back in order to help his team out. Lasso coming in, straight into the Doom. Fly. He's got to keep himself out of harm's way. A second buyback from Aster as they look to continue to commit in this fight. Emo throws out a Remnant, but he's still stuck on the high ground. Inferno plays down. Emo will fall. He didn't get the Remnant down into the river, so he was trapped and gets killed off because of it. Ollie is left behind once more. As Aster, some very smart...
Just blinks away, he's going to be okay. It was kind of an odd fight. They threw all their spells on this Pugna, but he got snowballed out. Lion's going to go for a TP out, and he will not make it. Goodbye, Kaka.
Starting to hemorrhage a few kills here, IG.
Whoop, space.
Makes them work for it. I mean, but the more than hard for IG to deal with it as Baboka scouts him out. And he goes with a lasso, getting him up and over the cliff. And with the snowball, Fade continues to move on. Fly does stand his ground. The defensive Decrepify and heal gets SCCC back up in health. As he's backing off, fingers out, Cheese is popped by Fade, won't save him, or will it? Another defensive Decrepify, a lot of time involved, but there's the jump. JT goes for the backlines, gets the call off onto Baboka, in with the stuns, XXS pots the BKB, but Emo is picking apart the backlines. He gets the double kill, but now he's out of mana. They see him, they've got the detection, SCCC still alive, gets the kill, heads over the Ancient, starts to lifesteal up a little bit. JT's able to get it with the battle hunger, the sucks there, draining the mana, but another doppelganger, SCCC is fine. And likely the Pugner is going to have, as you say, that Fade Tusk by his side, some sort of save to make sure it isn't as easy as just finding him on the back of it all. Ollie, poor old Ollie.
Yeah, poor Ollie. I like Aster's positioning right now. They kind of fell back. They're playing in another ward of their own that they just placed on the high ground. Because right now they don't have Doom's BKB. So they need to play well. Oh, here we go.
I mean, JT's tried for the jump in. He's going to have to follow up off Emo. The finger drop down on a Fade. The double stun comes out into play. The Hex is there. They call SCCC. SCCC is dead. The Hex found him. He'll buy back and start a TP over towards the outpost. But the rest of Aster's in trouble as XXS is surrounded. They'll Decrepify Emo to try and slow down his damage output, but he's still burning down XXS. JT is now out of mana. We'll see if SCCC can start to go for the cleanup. Fade very low, gets the snowball off, focusing Emo. Emo being chased by the PL. Another bit of control offered up by this Pugner as Emo is in trouble, trying to get towards the shrine, but he cannot get back. The Ember.
By luck, Axe sees it now.
Can he time the jump?
Radiant, they just want to delay. They do not want to engage in a fight. They just want to make some space.
They might be forced to though, because Baboka is in. He gets the grab off the money shot for the side. Let's bring Baboka down low. Fly starting to be very careful with his positioning as JT starting to fall. XXS gets the jump on him. Fly's in trouble and he needs help now. Double buybacks coming out from IG as they'll head straight over with the TP towards the shrine. SCCC's got to be careful and will retreat with the doppelganger. Does mean they are forced back away from that Roshan area.
Nicely, simply because he has a buyback to come back into the fight. So potentially you would bait IG to kind of jump out of position. But let's see. They're playing in their ward here.
That's the BKB. XXS, he's looking for the leader. Breaks the Linkers, gets the Doom down onto Emo. Emo in trouble. The lasso as well. They've caught out Kaka. Emo surrounded. 2 heroes dead. Neither with buyback available. Ollie run over as well as Baboka.
And the best heroes for Aster right now to go on the Drow are probably the PO, and the Bat could potentially try to snatch him. So IG need to prevent that from happening. End up forcing anything. So right now, what's the plan for Aster? They should look to play some lane wards out on the side so they can see this Ember leaving his base and then look to kill him just like that.
And XXS, he's just executing this setup perfectly. I sort of lost count of the times. If Aster can do a good job of forcing it out, they've got the 20, they're hitting the high levels now. Level 26 on Trine, he's got that level 25 talent with the extra damage to the blast, so the siege is pretty solid from Aster. There's the jump, Kaka. Just managed to find the Hex, but no further follow-up. They're still being very careful how they step forward, IG. Without the Ember Spirit, they know it's a hard fight for them to try and take, as they just have to let Aster take the tier 3 tower. And almost certainly the Rax as well. They're going to go for the jump. JT is actually trying to commit on the backlines. They go on the side of Fist to get Tron. Can they get anything more? Fly tries to turn towards SCCC. SCCC buffed up by the Lotus Orb. A buyback from both sides for that one. Emo buying back to make that initial play. Does mean that they get the Tron kill. Tron in turn buying back himself.
I really like that play from IG. Somehow the JT came around. I don't know if he was smoked, but he certainly caught some hero. It has been for a while. You want to play around the high ground, hug one of your wards, and just hope that the enemy team runs into you. So let's see. They're still deciding to do it.
Oh, they are. They're heading in. The BKB's going to be popped already. Kaka focused, but there's the Eon just going to force a way to save him. BKB used by Emo. He'll throw the Remnant out. Just decide that he's got to get out of there as the BKB starts to wear off. SCCC focusing JT. JT's out of mana, and JT's now grabbed back as Baboka commits with the BKB lasso. JT hexed up and dead. The axe is gone for nearly 2 minutes. Aster, they can now reassess, see what they want to push for now.
For them.
I mean, IG, they are They are leaving the base, but they're not quite running over towards Roche yet. Roche are half health. Can IG do something big? It would be without their axe. Without the shrine, very hard for them to get over here. They're starting to lead in. They're going to have to throw a remnant in soon. Emo's got the haste. Is he going to be able to time it? He scouts it out with a sleight of fist. Goes in with a remnant. Roshan is low, but it's still alive. They don't quite kill him off. And now with the buybacks, they have to commit here, IG, as they bring the axe slowly over. But already, Ollie's in trouble. He'll be the focus first. Sleight of fist used from Emo's trying to clear for the illusions of SCCC. But this PL is so tanky right now. Jumping, JT gets the call off onto the two of them. Kaka finds the follow stun. Another buyback from Ollie this time, and an aggressive remnant in from Emo back out as well. Fly, he's got the damage. XXS will fall. They get the doom. The XXS is not messing around. He'll buy back. Roshan's still standing there. Very, very low. They're ready for a steal opportunity. Scouting it out, the multi-shot pushing him lower and lower. Aster, they're going to look for the aggressive wraparound. They smoke up, they're immediately ready to make this aggressive play and catch IG off marks, but the Hex is there. They found Baboka, snowball in for Fade, but it's very, very deep. Kaka's low, but he's able to get the two-man stun off. SCCC's on the killing spree. He kills off Kaka, turns for more. Emo pops the BKB. He's found Fade. Can he not get anything more out of this? As Fly and Kaka are buying back, so is Fade. Everyone's trying to make their way back over to this Roshan area. As Aster, they're chasing JT, but he was able to get a one out off this spot on the map. So Aster, they'll go back into Roshan. They're going to try and finish it off in time, but there's a courier. There's a courier watching and waiting there, but Boka's gone. I see another buyback. Pretty much all the buybacks are being used around this point, and Roshan's still alive.
There's one left. Aster should fight right now. Put the PL in front and play around this buyback. You know you have at least a small advantage with this buyback.
Just finish the Roche. He's going for it now, SCCC. He's going to go and finish it. Is anyone going to be able to try to make the jump? They're going to look for it. Can they do it? They cannot. SCCC is going to be able to grab the Aegis. Now the jumping from Emo comes, but it's a little too late. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, Agonyms. It was all picked up by the PL. SCCC has it all. And now they can look to fight with this newfound power that they have. JT goes for the call, but he's been separated from the rest of the team. He's hexed. Lasso. There's no escape for the little piggy as JT is dead.
Alright, so a little breather for the two teams here as they were fighting for like, what, 2 minutes with 10 million buybacks. Ags is picked up on the PL here, so he's gonna have the permanent rush from hero to hero and creep to creep. This fight was definitely wild, but so many buybacks expanded from IG.
So many.
Everyone but the Ember brought back for them.
Not giving IG a chance to get in a look for that Roshan steal. Up to the high ground they go. What sort of hope do IG have without their axe? They do not have their frontliner.
They need to have really good positioning here and hope that Aster jump too far, because they have no buybacks. Any of them dying will continue closing out the game.
And the rack's starting to fall. Fly and Emo trying their best to spam out the push. But SCCC is just so darn huge right now with the Abyssal and that Satanic. Another Hex into stun. But he's being healed up by the backlines. Pulse the Satanic. He's got full health once more. They'll use the fortification. 35 seconds until they have JT back in the game. But they cannot hold this top racks. The melee racks are gone. Aster got what they came for there. In fact, Baboka, he goes in deep, tries for the aggressive play with the BKB lasso. Won't find anyone. As it was only Ollie that was on top about, did not want to use the lasso to just kill off an ogre. And Emo.
Oh, hello.
He's going in deep. He's maybe seeing what he can poke out of this. He's found Baboka, but the heals are there. He doesn't get the kill. Another bash from SCCC. Emo, he's got another remnant prepared. Is there? There goes the shitty wizard.
And it will not die, as nobody is there.
Yeah, we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a few rapier.
We've had some the days before too, so yeah, certainly. Rapier is being picked up more and more.
It's back in fashion.
It is.
And we'll see how much of a difference it will make. I mean, obviously, Ags and Rapier, you do imagine it's going to do a good job of cleaning through the illusions.
Yeah.
SCCC. The topple. Well, we see the illusions do fall pretty fast. Kako as well, obviously, with that multi-target light drone. Oh, SCCC's gone.
Hello, and bye-bye. Well, he will come back.
Can they do it again?
They probably need to cycle their spells again with some Axe Call or maybe a Lion Stun, and they realize, okay, I feel like what will be good for him is like an AC. He needs a different type of armor source against this Drow Ranger, because Drow Ranger will just deal pure damage to him as Ollie.
He's headed out into a bit of a danger place, but JC's there with the back of the call. He got the two of them knocked down. The Doom is dead. Doom buys back immediately. Kaka's able to force down the Eon, just saves himself. As IG, they'll take that. They got in. They killed the Doom. They lose nothing. Doom brought back.
Yeah, that's great. Suddenly, you know, they have an opening for later on. If this Doom messes up, which is, you know, in these late game scenarios, suddenly you don't have buyback, you make a mistake, you...
Leave a night.
Come on, God.
Oh, it's dead.
Why you need to napalm the ground like that, Baboka?
The base.
Yeah, Radiant still have some time. I hope they don't back up. It's just some creeps in their base. Let's chill.
They're going for the wrap around. JT tries for the call, but it's a call onto the illusion. Emo's committed as well, but it's an illusion. It's a trap. Kaka, he's in trouble. He's sucked down, and he's sucked out. Finally falls. They're going to lose the Drow as well. Fly is dead. The Divine Rapier hits the deck as JT is out of mana, surrounded by SCC. Triple buybacks. It's going to be a quad buyback, but they are now down. He could do it.
He should do it. He's got to do it. They want to win.
He's got it.
Come on, look how far you're behind.
I mean, we're 54k behind.
You bought the first one, you buy the second one. 73%.
Oh, he bought a BKB.
Well,
that was...
he's got to make it work. Somehow...
Kaka. Can he slide his way to safety? Does go to the high ground, but already the fight is continued inside the base. JT goes to the call. It's only on illusions. SCCC diving in with the shards. Actually broke him off. Fade stops him from being able to get in for more. But Kaka is gone. Dead and out for 2 minutes. Aster will clean up the middle lane. And now they can just prepare themselves to go down for more. Can they? Because Emo has been a little sneaky. It's pushing in this bottom lane down bottom.
For sure now, as this Lion has no buyback. You also know that Drow has no buyback. Basically, the only one that has one is Ember.
Whoa!
Hello.
They're in. They've got the lasso on to Fly. The Drow needs help. He's not going to get it. He's doomed. He's forced back. It's not enough to save him. The Drow is gone. Axe as well will fall. They're down to the last two. Emo's got to do something amazing, but he's not going to get the chance. So it's GG. The game is over. Aster will take game 2 and will push this series to a decisive game 3. They just couldn't get it together here in the second game, and Aster, they stepped up their play from game 1.
Not like too much lockdown. Obviously the Doom, a really good counter to heroes like Storm or Puck or whatnot, but there's so many other heroes that you have to watch out for. You have to be accounted.
Oh, we'll see what we can get out of them and see what lanes we are going to have into play. As at the moment, letting the 1v1 occur down here, JT versus XXS. I do imagine if that is left as a sole 1-on-1, the Slider will have a pretty good time, won't he?
Yeah, this is something you want to avoid heavily, which is why Rubik is already down bottom to help his Doom out, because this has got to be one of the worst matchups for Doom to play in a 1-on-1, which is also why the Slider has an orb, so they're kind of hoping to have this matchup, and in response they have to bring out the Disruptor to bottom as well.
I mean, the pings are there. I mean, yeah, XXS has to be careful. He's just straight up dead. And there you have it. You got to respect the power to punch at this little fishy fellow.
Yeah, I mean, he already got harassed quite a lot, and since his support came down, it's, you know, very likely that the enemy support will also show up in a while, and they didn't really respect the little Disruptor coming in from the side.
Not at all. Not at all. Getting that first foot down there for IG. He's back to the lane, but yeah, XXS he's got to respect that. You know, as soon as that second level's there for JT, there's a lot of killing potential once more.
Yeah, one thing that these two teams should focus on, especially in the early game, is rune control. They have Scorched Earth, so kind of a win condition for Radiant on bottom is you go, you force the Scorch, you chill, and then you go shortly after again when the Scorch is on cooldown. As you can see, they kind of understand that they can't lane, so, you know, the Doom, he's gonna pull some creeps, which makes a lot of sense. Little courier snipe up top.
And how we see him, mid continues to be very, very close between Emo and Chuan. Little edge for the Storm, but
Gonna end up losing the spot lane.
And what is the build on Slaughter? Do you sort of go treads into Blink, or do you go like treads Echo Saber, work on the right click?
I think it depends kind of on what you want to do in the game. I think Blink first is underrated as mid lane. We have a pullback field.
And that'll do it. Gets the point in the pull. They've got the catch and damage between the two of them. Emo. And it definitely gives you great trading possibilities. And already, you know, SCCC's having a grand old time on the creeps there. Bottom lane. JT is also having a grand old time over on the other side for IG as he smashes down XXS once more.
So you can go an item like Vlad's first if you're going to look to hit some creeps, if you want to secure gold.
Bang on.
Yeah, he has the Vlad's queued up. So the few builds you kind of have, it's like Vlad's first or maybe Blink if you want to be more aggressive. Some people, they like to go for the Aghanims, which is okay in this game as top lane. We have a lift back and a quick kill here on Mr. Like negative 1 million armor right now.
Dude, look at this. Yep. Emo. He's in and he's stealing the creeps.
He's dead.
Tower is under attack.
Is that a worth or not?
I don't know how many creeps did he get.
I think he got like a triple stack, didn't he? Young Nico, baby.
True.
But still a very respectable timing. Chwam?
He has no remnants on Mr. Ember, so he shall die.
What happened to his remnants?
That's a good question.
What's he doing at this point of the game with no remnant?
I assume
He must have tried.
Yeah, well, they're doing their job. Runes are, like we said it before, very important in this game. And Slaughter
glimpse him. Oh, he's already used it. Never mind. He just sets up the Kaka.
Well, so they know that the
biggest playmaker for IG really is this sort of Slaughter disruptor combination. You know, he can just walk around. You know, JT, he's ready to kill people. Top left. That's his body that he wants to try and make plays with, getting picked off. Steps a little to want to TP up top in reaction to IG getting aggressive.
Caudle is not 6 yet. He's very close. So off this wave dying, he might get 6. So potentially, Dire's communication right now is, oh, Caudle is not 6. Let's take this fight. But
his Emo's in. Instantly gets lifted up. The RTP's coming forward. The Will-O-Wisp strike for 2 of them. The core in the static storm. They've got the combo up. And in they go, IG. Crushed down. The Rubik's out. Can they get more from this? They'll knock back another. The Doom's been dropped onto JT. They do lose the Doom. The false promise brought him some time, but he ends up still falling. Can take 2 heroes down in return.
Well, that ended up pretty well for the Dire team as they took out the bot tower before engaging in this whole play. I am surprised it didn't really go worse for them because they TP'd into as hold up top lane.
It's not quite over yet. Emo. He's in. Baboka. He's healing up, but not enough. The root's there. He's cut down by the Nagasara, and SCCC still got mana to work with. The Storm has it, but he has now the Keeper of the Light. Sharing some...
Him after all.
Can they find him? Uh-oh.
Yep, you're dead. No song.
Very, 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 very dead. Aster on the hunt. It's successful. IG will at least be able to finally finish that tier 1 tower top. So they get something, but it's time with Flyflies on the map. Another death from Kaka, getting caught out quite a few times.
Which should kind of be a target in this game, because, I mean, they picked Oracle against this combo of the Song and the Static, but if the Storm can go in during the Song, as they get another kill on the lives, they don't know this is going on.
Now IG was able to set up the map in a way with the waves pushed out and such that Aster didn't expect this. They get in as the Aegis done and picked up by Emo.
Yeah, I would say that's a small oversight.
And now they're ready to go and fight off the back of it. IG Emo's going to head across, but instantly gets doomed. That's your Aegis gone. Maybe IG can still make something happen out of this. The setup's there, the Song into the Storm. It catches the 2 of them. The Will-O-Wisp is down. It brings in the 4 of them as XXS is trying to run. Baboka's trying his best to save him, but XXS is dead. Emo zips across, pulls in the Oracle. IG, they're not done yet. They're going to look for SCCC. He drives for the RTP, but the bash is there. SCCC is surrounded, crushed up, 4 dead on Aster as IG take an item of the past on all lifestealers. Definitely something that's been theorized against the illusion of heroes, right? You get this Maelstrom still, and then you're able to farm it out quick. Stolen Static Storm Fade, giving Kaka a literal taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, great. Oh, we have a net down here. It won't lead into anything but the list of it.
But yeah, do you like the Radiant side here?
Actually, I think with how the new Naix works, I don't know if Radiance is that good. I feel like you could just upgrade to a Mjolnir here first, and then maybe get an armor item after. Yeah. If you combine the cost of they're getting close.
And they got him. They don't even need to glimpse him. They're just going to run him down, trapped in the trees.
Ember is coming. No, he's not. Yes, he is.
Yeah, he tries to have a bit of a poke on Sakaka. Tries thinking about committing more. He's got the backup of XXS, but already you see XXS's manage is getting drained. It's getting destroyed by the illusion. He popped the BKB, but he's already fallen solo. The static storm's there. They drag back in the Ember. He's trying to be out by Baboka. He's using the false promise in an attempt to keep him alive, but they've lost XXS. The Crush is out. Trials in trouble. He gets popped. Emo starts to play around with Baboka in the tree lines. This Oracle cannot escape. It's only SCCC left alive, and not for long. IG surround him, he pops the rage, SCCC tries to get a kill onto Ori, but Ori goes for the Shadow Amulet play. SCCC cannot CCC see him, and cannot
Off the 3 cores and doom him. If they get to succeed doing this, I then believe that they can win a fight.
Oh, he's in! The Zip, the silence, is there any help? Yes, there is. Baboka's in with a false promise, gives Trine a second chance.
Song is out.
See, they're going to focus here. Can they get a good static storm setup? Kaka's a little far away, but JC can buy more time with the Crush. The storm is down. It wasn't even really needed. The 2 supports die immediately. Emo jumps in with the drag back onto the Ember. 3 dead again on Aster. There's the static storm laid out onto the lifesteal. He's trapped in by the field. SCCC is dead. They're buying back on Aster. They're going to need more than just a few buybacks though, as this fight once again a huge disaster
For Aster. Yeah, so not the greatest. Like we said, if they get initiated on not so simple for them. We have another kill and another Bloodstone charge on Mr. Emo here.
He's going to need someone stronger than himself to help him after this game. It's been a rough one. As there's the zip in. He's in trouble. He needs help. Is he going to get it? The static storm down, but he got the rage off in time. So SCCC can turn, starts to push back JT, but JT's got his puddle prepared, and now the song. They're moving in.
The second combo, the white hole. There we go.
And there we have it. The Will-O-Wisp dragging them in. The stolen song.
Very cool. Love to see it.
That is very, very nice. But is it enough?
They're getting smacked.
They are. I mean, a little bit of a song in honor of the heroes that were about to die on Aster's side. A little bit of a lead-in before the funeral, and there it is. GG, it's called this game 3. IG, they crushed them. They absolutely, literally crushed them as well. JT, that slot-up pick worked out perfectly. He was in charge the whole game.